Oh, it's dark. Oh, look at that. It's dark and then it's light. Did that actually work? What? Hey, what's up, man? I don't expect many people to join in live right now, but it's easier to do it live and to upload the video because it automatically uploads. What's up, y'all? Haven't been around in a while because been doing some extracurricular conferences and some. I was on a radio show, internet radio, kind of like Chat with Traders, but called Trading Nuts. I don't know if you guys watched it. I could give you the link right now in the chat room. I'll put it in the comments section later on. Things have been going extraordinarily well. All right. And it really comes down to the discipline and the whole thing. The room is blowing up. We got, we're almost to 100 members. Things are, clicking right now like never before. And I think it's because we've actually have very specific stuff going on. Obviously, my YouTube scheduling never really stays standard, but I am in the room doing my thing every day for at least 3 hours. And my partner is got some family stuff going on. So I've been talking basically from 9 to 4. And I just wanted to say what's up. Hopefully everybody's holidays are going well. I don't know the last time we spoke, but if you haven't made it to the room yet, now's your chance. Okay. This is another cutoff day because the next class is going to be January 11th. So you guys, oh my God, you got to stay away from that stuff. I have a private chat room where not only do you see my dumb face, but you see my charts and my trades going on, and you get to follow along and learn what we're doing. Basically all about VWAP and the volume weighted average price. And right now we are still coming in at 100% probability on the 1 minute multi-day VWAP reversal. It's ridiculous. And every time I say that, what do you mean? I get those, how could anything work every time? Nobody makes money on every trade. It's not that we make money on every trade, but this particular setup, when you've got an earnings report that goes through the 1 minute, goes through our multi-day VWAP, and goes, here, I'll give you, email me right now, the Warlock, or actually email my assistant. I actually have somebody that works for me now who's doing a fantastic job. He'll send you out a link, info@hitthebid.com. He'll send you a username and a password and come and join us. Earnings season is starting to wind down, but even when we only have 2 or 3 choices, we're getting reversals on those reports. Today, Dave was a beautiful reversal to the downside, and then later in the day became a reversionary trade back to the VWAP. So everything I teach all rolled up into that one stock today. And obviously yesterday we had, hey man, what's up? I know you. We had Chewy yesterday. We had Stitch Fix yesterday. Those 2 followed through today. Generally what we're doing is we're looking at earnings reports, stocks that are in the news, stocks that with gaps. That's when the reversion trades work a lot better when you've got, hold on a second. Don't tell me this is tanking in the aftermarket. Oh, no, it's just a bad print. I actually held an overnight. I don't usually hold overnights. I am back in this AUPH. It let me down last week when I loaded up at 16 and then broke back over 16. Once it got over 17 and a half, I fell in love. I'm liking this thing possibly to retrace back to 25, that reactionary print. What I like about this AUPH is that every time it sells off, there's buyers there. Same thing goes for a lot of these stocks that we've been trading lately. CCXI doesn't want to die. PCG finally blasted off. US Steel, we finally got some out there past the $14 price range. LK has been pretty kind to us. But sticking with these reversals on the earnings reports, it has been phenomenal. So the reason I want to do this video right now, the reason I'm coming at you is that I really don't have as much free time as I normally do. I've been doing my time, and my friend, he's got some family stuff. So I've been just in my own private room, haven't been a chance to do this. Plus I had a little bit of a bandwidth issue running both things at the same time. I started to notice that some of my quotes were a little bit delayed, and I know that other guys were getting their quotes and their executions a little bit faster than I was. So the easiest thing to do is not run everything all at once, because I got a lot of data ripping. So I got 3 platforms running at the same time, and the live feed. So 2 live feeds at the same time, 2 live crew, 2 live feeds at the same time. Very, very difficult. Hey, that's what I want to hear, my man. That's good stuff. Again, going back to that 80%, 90%, 100%, these are specific trades. It's not like we don't have days where nothing goes wrong. We have those days, once every 2 weeks, where you just have that day where nothing works. And as long as you're trading around our parameters, even those days aren't as bad as they used to be, because usually our entries are that good that when the trade doesn't work, you're not getting crushed, as long as you don't get stubborn and you obey the rules and you take your losses when you're supposed to take them. But these trades, these earnings reversal trades, have been working every time. I mean, Stitch Fix, Chewy, the play today, and again, I'm dumbfounded, because I've been doing this my whole life. I've never seen anything like this before, and that's why I do what I do. Again, these other gurus on the internet and these guys that have been around, nobody has the balls to offer it for free unless they're trying to hide something, right? The futures works awesome, with the VWAP. It's really cut and dry, I haven't read anything except, what did I read lately? I read, what was I looking at? I forget. It was something interesting that I read. But right now, what we are in the middle of is this UVXY, SVXY trade. And again, a lot of guys that are getting into this industry, for me, this is all redundant, and I use that word so much that even becomes redundant, and this whole conversation is redundant. But if you're going to trade this market, you need to be redundant. If you find the stuff that works, do that and only that until it becomes redundant. And repetition works. If it's going to continue to work, keep doing that same thing, right? So for 12 years now, the Fed comes out. Whether they cut interest rates, raise interest rates, every once in a while they surprise us. But it's a very rare event, right? So if something generally doesn't happen, or let's just say something normally happens, the UVXY is the greatest thing in the world. It's free money. I've never seen a stock that people are so addicted to trying to time it on the way up, when all it does is go down. Why not join the winning side and short it or buy SVXY? So today, just as a goof, we did it. As soon as the Fed got done, as soon as the news hit, we bought SVXY at $61.18. And again, it went to 40. We sold some. Then it rolled over, went down to 30. And then when it broke back out, you had to trade it again. So it wasn't straight up this time. But that trade has been working now for a decade. And it's just a gift that keeps giving. So if you're wondering what goes on, again, if you're still out there and you haven't had the time to come and join us, this is the time. All right? This is the time. So get your month in now to the end of the year. Maybe take that class. Right now, it looks like January 11th. The idea about the class, and again, I come from the days of education where these guys were ripping people off, charging for option classes, charging for something called trader analysis, charging for the chat room, charging for this 10-day seminar. All in, you might have been out 14, 15 grand just to get started. All I do is let you see what I do for a month for nothing. And then 4 or 5 weeks into it, you take one class where we review everything that you might have picked up from osmosis and me showing it to you. I go over those things for about 3 or 4, like 4 or 5 hours. And the reason I do it live, opposed to a lot of these other guys, a lot of these guys, you sign up for a class, you're getting a recording. They're not there to hold your hand. I like doing it live because then at the end, when I'm done going over the chart pattern that we love so much, and the VWAP and the retrace and the reasons for the trades and how to find the trades, Then we go over what interests you because I'm there live. I don't mind doing it live. It's 4 or 5 hours on a Saturday. Usually I got that time unless I've got a party or my wife's got me doing something. And I'd rather be doing it live. And then on top of that, you get another month. So put it this way, you're getting 2 months with the master and you're getting a 4 or 5 hour class. You're not going to find a better bargain. If you're in this industry, if you're looking to get into this industry, if you're struggling with trading, I mean, we're going on, since these YouTube videos, what are we talking about? We're talking 12 years now I've been doing this. I've been in the industry pretty much since birth. I don't think there's anybody that can articulate what you're seeing on a daily basis. And again, to Jimmy, there's always going to be a Jimmy out there, right? He comes to the chat room. He hears me talking about how much I like some stock with a target. He goes to the target, starts to roll over, goes back down. Jimmy doesn't want to sell it. Jimmy wants to be in. Next thing you know, the stock's tanking. And it's 2 years later. Do you realize, Jimmy, there's been other trades over the last 2 years that you could have made that money back? But if you're going to be Jimmy, I can't help you. Okay? If you want to harp on one trade and say that's the end of it all, what more can you do? I can't do anything. But what I try to do is give you as much information as possible, show you these trades. And again, today we went 7 for 7. So there's no denying what we did because every trade was announced in the room. The entries were there. The exits were there. We made money on the SVXY. We made money on the AUPH, SPIX, Chewy. We made even money on the con. Sold the con at the high of the day. US Steel, sold the US Steel at the high of the day. It was one of those days where just everything was clicking. And these are the days where you kick some ass. And then you could withstand your YEX trade if you decide to swing it. Now, the reason I don't do swing trading so much is because right now, if AUPH, this new one, I just got into it today. And again, I've limited risk. I'm in $18 calls at $1.10. So stock could go to zero. I'm only going to be out, $1.10 on my options. The reason I don't do overnights is that what if AUPH comes out with some awful news tonight, right? Does that make me a bad trader? No, it just means I have bad luck. And I just bought it and held it overnight. And tonight they say their drug's killing everybody and the stock opens up at zero. Does that make me a bad trader? No, absolutely not. But if you got into it, who are you going to blame? You're going to blame me, like Jimmy, right? I'd rather stay liquid and in control and do the trades that are presented to me on a daily basis where I've got over 80% chance. And I'm putting it all together now. With the earnings reversals, the range break reversals, and the reversion trades, I mean, we are coming in at least 80% success rate right now, which is unheard of. It's unheard of. And if you legitimately sit here and wait for the just earnings reversals, these last 6 months have been unbelievable. Every single one has worked. And sometimes these trades, and I've said this a million times, sometimes it's all you're going to get. You'll get a reversal on a $12 stock and you'll get 30 cents out of it. But if you can make that 30%, 90% of the time, keep doing that. And suddenly you're a profitable trader. And that's what it's all about. Just staying consistent, staying profitable. And then as time goes on, you want to branch out, then you can branch out. You want to take more risk in your life and hold overnights? Yeah. I mean, think about INSG. How many times was I so pissed off about owning that stock, and a year and a half later, finally it breaks out? Yay. But it's a year and a half later. A year and a half. My cost average is 485. The stock's at 762. So that's 2 points. In theory, I mean, percentage-wise, it's amazing, right? But it's 2 points. I waited. I was in the stock for 19 months to basically make 2 points. And I've sold some here. I sold some at 6, of course. I sold some at 7. And I got a little bit left right now. But for me, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of investing. US Steel keeps proving to me that I don't need to own stocks. What was the other one? Work. How many times did that stock look like it's finally going to break out, rolls over, goes back down? So I'd rather just stay liquid. And when there's no earnings to be had, there's always somebody in the news. let's just give it up to all the beautiful, fantastic guys that upgraded play today. Once again, this is the bullshit part of the entire industry. These guys are so smart, right? So the numbers come out, and then they're all upgrading the stock. What? Why? And look what the stock did on all their upgrades, all their fancy homework and all their MBAs and accounting and all their EBITDA and earnings per share crunching numbers and income statements. They know nothing. Stock was a sell all day until the last half hour of the day where you finally got the reversion to the VWAP. And that's why, again, me talking my dumb face right here, if you saw that play trade today, it was just a clinic, gapping up on the number, breaking the VWAP, you're getting the reversal, and you're going down. There was no bottom to be had. Breaking ranges. Then finally, you got the double bottom capitulation candle, and then you broke back over the half number 37.50. Wham, we're in. And the VWAP was 38.62. Where did the stock go? 38.62. And that's how you make money. That's how you make money. Now, I don't care what play does tomorrow. I don't care what it does next week because chances are I'm not going to look at it because we conquered it today. We shorted it on the way down. We bought it on the way up. Phenomenal. Made money on it coming and going. Not going to bother. Some stocks I go back to every day because they treat me well. I've been loving this AUPH, except for the last week where I loaded up at the wrong time. Then, yeah, my fault. It was a bad trade. And, you know, US Steel's been paying us every week. LK's been paying us almost every day. Pinterest has been all right lately. You know, PCG finally broke out. That was a good trade on the long side, then on the short, then on the long. So trading around the ranges in the VWAP, guys, I've never seen anything like it before. I mean, it's clicking right now. And it's not about me giving picks. It's not about any of that. It's about knowing why these trades worked and embracing that stuff and making it your own. And then, you know, finding that comfort zone with your size, which stocks appeal to you, and then suddenly you're a profitable trader. And, you know, that's the end of the story. But I want to let you know that I got a class probably January 11th. If not the 11th, then maybe I might do the 12th, Saturday or Sunday. I'm trying to figure out who wants to do it and who needs to be on a Saturday or Sunday. And then I'm doing this big event. It's called Wealth 365. Last year they had 65 members, 6,500 people came to this website for this 1 week of extravaganza where every guru you could think of is there. And they do an hour or two of what they believe is the greatest thing in the world. Obviously, I'm doing VWAP reversion trades and range breaks and multiple time frame VWAP. That's all I'm going to talk about. And then at the end, you're invited to, you know, buy a package. I'll probably sell a class and, you know, 4 weeks to the room or 4 months to the room, something like that. But I don't care if you buy the package or not. I mean, obviously, I'd like you to join up. What I want you to do is show up. You know, the only way I'm going to get invited back is if I get at least 350 of you maniacs to click on the link that I will supply with you as soon as I get it. So do me a favor, click the link, join this extravaganza. It's going to be the week of January 20th, or show up to the room, take my class, whatever the case is. I'm going to try to come back here a little bit more. We know the holidays are coming. It's my wife's birthday. My kids got an event. I'm going to be in and out all the time. So I'll try to come back here as much as I possibly can, but you guys know how to find me. info@hitthebid.com. The Minotaur, obviously I go by the Warlock. The Minotaur will get back to you. He'll give you your own username and password. It lasts for 30 days. Come see what I'm all about. And again, nobody's doing this. Nobody has the balls to do this live for free. No credit card needed. I'm not going to charge you. You're not going to have to call me to cancel a subscription. Just show up. I'm so confident in what I do that you're going to want to sign up. And that's what I want to have happen, because the days of me chasing you down on the phone are over. All right? Deb, I'm still waiting for you to come back. And I think, you know, the other guys, I'm still waiting for you to call me back. But again, it is what it is. If you're too busy, if you don't want to do it, I'm not chasing anybody down. Okay? You know how to find me. I'm going to be doing this probably. And again, I thought I'd retire. This is just way too much fun. sometimes it becomes a drag. The redundancies get, start to weigh on you a little bit. But then you have a day like this where it's just everything clicks. Everything I know about trading worked today. It's an amazing day. And if I could show one person how to do this, I could show a million people how to do it. No, but I do take Ripple. Dogecoin. I'll take Bitcoin, actually. I think I still have my Bitcoin account somewhere. I think I have, was it Coinbase? Did they go out of business? I got $2,000 sitting around in a bunch of coins. I haven't even checked it since last Thanksgiving. I think it's down to like $400. I don't even know how to do that, but I do take PayPal and Venmo and cash and vodka as payment. Did you ever go bowling with the flu? What does that even mean? I have arthritis now. I can't even think about bowling. Yeah, I got like something. I got that trigger finger thing. Ugh. I am getting so old, man. My finger just goes like that by itself now. It's fantastic. And it like hurts when I pull it back. Yeah, bowling's done. I don't know what that means, but yeah, so that's about it. Just wanted to touch base with you guys. You're still out there. Jimmy, you're always welcome back. There's nothing more that I want to do in life. And as much as I bust your balls and you bust my balls, I have no animosity towards you whatsoever. None of you. None of you. Except you anti-Semitic psychopaths out there, all right? Even you Trump sycophants. I don't hate you. It's all right to have a different opinion. I'm willing to help everybody. Me? I'm 48. Thank you. I look 27. Thanks, man. I started when I was 20. My professional career started about 20 years ago. I was trading since 5th grade, really, back when you had to send smoke signals to your broker. You used a drum and smoke signals to buy your stock. I've been in this thing since, before electronic trading, before any of this stuff. That's why I believe that I'm the best person to show you how to manipulate the market instead of getting manipulated. Because the VWAP, my man, is the king. It is. I mean, it's been 6 years now. I will never trade anything else except what we're looking here. Carrier pigeons, exactly. Yeah. And that SVXY, it's just like icing on the cake for today. I mean, that trade has been working now for a decade. News comes out by SVXY. I think there was something else I want to talk to you about, but I got to run. I got to go start getting my presents for the family. And yeah, that's it. So email me, thewarlock@hitthebid.com or info@hitthebid.com if you haven't taken a whirl with us. Go ahead. Now's your chance. And again, if you're in INSG, I sold into this move, but I'm holding on to the rest now for $10. I got AUPH. I got US Steel still. I'm down to the last lot on Bed Bath & Beyond. We got the 1565 that we wanted. We're out of most of it. And what else I got? INSG. I got the US Steel. And no, that Jets betting hasn't been that good, except for obviously the Bengal game was a freebie. But it's really the Giants now. What a terrible, terrible team. But I was at the game last week. I can't believe I've been to 2 of the Jet wins today this year live, which is crazy. What are the odds? I was at the Dallas game in the last week or a couple of days ago. Anything else I need to talk about? I think that's about it. Just good stuff. Good stuff going on. Just trying to stay disciplined. The only trade I had a loss on in the last 10 days, my only loss was when I just got frustrated on the AUPH. I bought it late in the day at the high of the day, something I never do. I usually don't even trade the afternoon. I never chase. And there I was loading up late in the afternoon at the high of the day. And then so when I lost money on it, who's to blame? Me. These trades work. When you lose money, it's generally everything else. Holding overnights, investing, option trading at the wrong time, and obviously, taking your size up 5-fold at the worst time of the day, at the highs of the day, it turns out it was a bad idea. And again, The trade didn't have to be a loss, but there was no way I was holding size on some biotech stock that I know nothing about just because I'm taking a loss. So it did go down another $1 after I got out, and then made our money back already on AUPH. I think we're going to be good here. You know, we break 1850 tomorrow. We're looking for 20. You break 20, we're going to probably go to that 25 mark that we had in the aftermarket that day. So AUPH, our new added hold to the list. So if you're wondering, you know, still got steel, Bed Bath & Beyond, INSG, obviously. Still got VGR if anybody's looking to play dividends. That stock's been good at $12.50. They pay a pretty heavy dividend. Now the weed stocks, we had it that one day, the second day of the rally on the turn, and man, they are it's just dead money, you know, absolutely dead money. But I'm not a fan of owning stocks at all right now, you know, because these intraday trades have been awesome, you know. We were in Peloton for a while, escaped alive out of that one. And today, you know, you got your capitulation, you know, and Peloton was a buy. Where did that end up today? Oh, nice bounce. And by the way, I believe the Peloton was our favorite guy was downgrading it. He put a $5 target because that's what he says. Any stock he doesn't like, he puts a $5 target on. I don't know how this guy has any following whatsoever, considering his last 10 ideas were awful. You know who I'm talking about. Citron Research. Terrible. Awful. So he downgraded it, or he put it out. He put a sell recommendation on it, I believe, today. So if you bought that dip on that move, you had a pretty nice day. Just like any analyst. I mean, he's a criminal just like any other analyst. You know, these guys who are upgrading, you know, Dave and Buster's today at the open. Nice trade. You know, all it did was go straight down. All right. I feel like I have something else to talk about, but I'll save it for another day. I'll try to get on YouTube a little bit more often. And like I said, I have called out everybody, and I'll call you guys out again. So all you wannabe so-called gurus out there, you know who you are. I'm willing to put up money. I'll hire the lawyers. We'll get an escrow account. Let's see what you're all about, because I'll outtrade any single one of you, and I'll put you out of business. Step up. Let's see what you're all about. You talk a lot of shit, right? Especially you, the guy with the Hit the Bid t-shirt. I don't know what his story is. He seems like actually a decent guy. He likes to fish and talk about stocks. But I'll call you out again. What do you want to put up? 10 grand? I got 10 grand in the drawer right here in cash. Set the parameters up. Let's do this. Once and for all, let's see who the king of YouTube gurus are. Because you're looking at them right here. All right? 5 years from now, I'll probably still be doing this, and all those other guys will be out of business. Or they'll still be in business because they've raped and pillaged all these suckers into believing that they actually know something. I do it live every day. There's no denying the trades. There's no denying what goes on at the end of the day. And again, sometimes I'm making calls and I don't do those trades. If the trade works, I hope you're still happy. I know a lot of people got bent out of shape when they found out that this kid wasn't doing the trades. I don't give a shit. For me, it's all about the ideas and the education. I personally don't have to trade ever again in my life. I like it. You know, trading 400 shares of AUPH ain't going to change my life. 200 shares of Crowd making 50 cents on $100. Not changing my life. I just do it to keep the juices flowing. Any time of the day I want to take my size up, I could. But I'm in that comfort zone where I like to be. And again, let's say I never put a trade on ever again in my entire life, but I give you 1,000 out of 1,050 trades over the next 8 months that work. Do you give a shit if I didn't put any of those trades on? You shouldn't, because it's about the information and learning what to do. My goal really is to teach people well enough so then you could give me the ideas and I'd be like, oh shit, yeah, I like that one. I'll join you. That's why 2 of the guys that moderate my room are guys that I taught, and now they do segments during the day when I get off the air. So you get me from 9 to 12. Usually my buddy Solid does, in the middle of the day. And now, if you could believe this, the #1 Trump supporter on the face of the planet, you wouldn't imagine it would be in my chat room, right? You know how I feel about this guy. But he's one of our moderators now. So politics aside, it's all about money. How much I make on every trade? Sometimes it's 80 bucks, 120 bucks. If I make 80 bucks on 3 trades, that's my day sometimes. My goal is to try to ground up 250 a day. 250 a day on average keeps me in the game, you know. There are days where I'll make $1,000 and there are days where I don't do shit and there are days where I lose 1,500 bucks. So at the end of the year, it's what it's all about. You know, for me, I want to just keep supplying information. And, you know, these trades that I'm doing here, for instance, what we do on AUPH, I got 5 contracts. I bought 5 contracts at $1.10, $1.15. I got my cost average is basically $1.15 at the $18 calls for December. And then I sold some $20 calls for 35 and some for 40. So right now I'm risking basically 60 cents to try to make about, you know, $1.50. I like it. I love Apple. Nothing not to like about that stock, but I should have made more money on this. Yeah, I'll explain it tomorrow. Come on in. Yeah, man. All I do is talk. You know, I go over the same trades, and like I said, it becomes redundant. For me, it's all about longevity. If you could, first of all, if you could make it 30 days in the room for free, you're going to want to stay because what we show you is just phenomenal. And the idea is that I want to teach you the four setups that I love so much, and that then you build from there. Get the core down, then you could take that and parlay that into some swing trading, right? And then you take that, and nice question right there. Then you learn what options to use to then take what you've learned about the charts and the entries and then use options. For instance, that play trade today would have been awesome if we were trading weekly options. Now, I didn't know because I didn't check early on, but play would have been phenomenal. Now, here's the thing. I got to leave you on this. I got somewhere to be. The reason I like weekly options is because I don't have to pay any premium. Late in the week, these options are about to expire, right? So if you're sitting there with this PLAY, this is Dave and Buster's, whatever it is, whatever they call themselves now, stock's getting smoked, right? Shorted at the beginning of the day, and then it based out under 37.50. At 2:30 in the afternoon, it finally broke the range and starts to revert back to the VWAP. So you're talking about a stock that was at 37.65. Today, those options were still priced at 90 cents because you got 2 days left and volatility still in the trade, right? If you're talking about a stock at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, that's 37.65, the option's only going to be 20 cents because you got an hour left to expiration and the stock's slightly in the money. So it's only going to be worth what it's in the money, the intrinsic value, maybe add another nickel for the hour and a half left in the day. So in that same trade, instead of buying 400 shares at 37.65, you know, I saw, and again, you want to know what it did? Had 37.65, 37.85. So my cost average was 37.75 on 400 shares, right? At 38.03 was the first target. I sold 100 there. Then I sold it at 37, 38 and a quarter. So I only had 200 shares left. And when I got to 38.50, sold another 100. And then I got to 38.60, I sold the other 100. But if you're talking about that, you could talk about that same trade and the percentage gain would have been enormous because on a 37.50 stock that went to 38.65, now that 37.50 call intrinsically is worth $1.10 that you just paid maybe 15 or 20 cents for. So in that same trade where you made, you know, 80 cents on the trade with the options, you would have made 5 times your money, right? Doing the math right? Let's say you bought it at 20, went to $1, and this went to $1.20. So round it off, you made 5 times your money in that same move. So once you learn the trade that works, then I teach you how to trade the options. And that's why we wait till usually Thursdays or Fridays. And again, there are different situations like this AUPH. I dig it. I want to be in it. It's a biotech stock that I'm afraid to own. And I think the $18 calls on a stock that's been moving in 2-point increments, I got a week and a half left. $1.10 on an $18 call, not a bad price. Plus, I hedged myself by doing a call spread. And everything I just talked about, if it went over your head, time will you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. All the vernacular, all the verbiage, everything I'm talking about inevitably becomes second nature to you, and you will understand why I say it becomes redundant, because it's the same day. A little bit different. Some days you got more earnings and more news. Some days it's a Fed day, but generally the trade is always going to be the same. And then 3 months later, now you'll know, okay, we're still in a bull market. Fed's going to come out. Fed's not going to do anything. UVXY is going to tank. Let's buy SVXY. And all those little things start to add to your repertoire. And next thing you know, you're a profitable trader. Andrew, my man, I'm still waiting for you. Well, you are trading the weeklies. It's make or break, generally. Meaning, if you're buying those plays for 20 cents and that trade doesn't go your way, you only got an hour left of the day. You're done. So you're not going crazy with these trades, you know? But when they work, you get a 20-cent option that goes to $1.20 and you make 5 or 6 times your money. So that's, you know, if you're taking my trades, these VWAP reversion trades, and you find them on the Friday, like I wouldn't do a weekly option right now. For instance, if let's say I think this stock's going to 20, like let's say AUPH, right? For instance, it had a weekly option and I'm loving this thing. I think it's going to gap tomorrow and go to 20. I still probably wouldn't buy it, because if you're buying an option on a Wednesday that expires Friday, if Thursday goes wrong, generally you're screwed. And now you've paid that much more because you've got the time value that you're losing on Wednesday and Friday. I'd rather just wait for my setups. And if they happen to come on a Friday, I jump in on the weeklies at the money to make it count as much as possible. Never want to go too far out of the money, because sometimes you get the move, but you run out of time. You know, you'd rather buy the 12.50 or the instead of the 13. If the stock's at 12.65, buy the one that's in the money to ensure yourself that if it just goes to 13, you're going to make something, opposed to buying the 13. A lot of people make that mistake. They don't want to buy the 12.50 for 30, but they'll buy the 13 for 15. And then the stock goes to 12.90. The 13 doesn't move, but at least you've made money on the 12.50. And if you don't understand what I just said, you're going to have to take the class. All right? Because again, I mean, that's a lot of information. But once you see it in action, and you know, again, so if you guys are thinking about joining up, stop in now. Send the email to my guy. He'll get you the link. January 11th or 12th, we're probably gonna do the class. I beg of you to help me spread the word for this. You know, I need to show a good showing for this thing. You know, I've been doing this a long time. I know a lot of you guys are lazy. I'm lazy too. I get it. You know, but this is going to be a huge seminar. So between January, I don't know the date that I'm going live. As soon as I know, I'll be blasting it out on YouTube. I'll be blasting it out on StockTwits and Twitter. Spread the word. Help me make a good showing. You know, there's going to be supposedly 10,000 people at this thing. And it's all virtual, all online, and it's free. The only time you pay for something is if you're completely amazed at what I do and you want to sign up immediately. It's going to be probably another class and 4 months for $9.97 or something. I need to package a deal specifically for the company so they can market it. It is what it is, you know. It'll be fun, that's for sure. I love talking. So, you know, I'll have to cram 5 hours worth of information into an hour. I'll talk fast. And, you know, the idea is just, it's really, for me, it's more promotion. Hopefully people dig what I'm laying down and, you know, stop into the room. And again, I can't stress enough. If these other gurus out there and you know who I'm talking to, step up. Step up. Let's see what you got. You're so smart, right? What do you got? I'm waiting here. I'll pay for everything. We could even do it live. We'll all meet in Vegas somewhere. We'll have a live event. We'll have dancing girls and alcohol and all kinds of shit. I don't know. Let's have a party. No one's going to out-trade me. I'm not the best, but I'm better than any of you guys on YouTube. Any of you. You know who I'm talking to. So if you know any of those other guys, send them this video. I'm calling you out right now. You won't out-trade me. I guarantee it. You've got everything to lose. That's why you don't show up. I know. Because if I scold you and spank you and own you, you lose everything. So it's not worth the 10 grand, right? I know. I know. You've got nothing to gain, everything to lose. And that's why you're a chicken shit bullshit artist. And you know who I'm talking to. Yeah, that's right. Let it sink in. You got nothing. Nothing. You're a criminal. On that note, if anybody wants to step to me, you know where to find me. All right? And again, it doesn't even have to be live. I'll out trade you paper trading. I'll out trade you live trading. 1 share, 8 shares, 15 shares. You're not going to find better ideas than what I bang out on a daily basis. No way. No way, no how. Seahorses, seashells. What was that crazy video on YouTube? Remember the guy was tripping and just talking about seahorses and seashells? Nowhere, no how. Mr. Balloon Hands, fuck you. Yeah. I was thinking about taking acid. I haven't done it since 94. So I was thinking about dropping a tab on the 19th. So if I'm not around for a week, call my mom. I haven't dropped acid since 94. I was actually debating. There's a big party, Grateful Dead thing I was thinking about. Maybe going to the other side. But it's been way too long. My brain might not react the way I want it to. And who needs that shit, right? I love me some alcohol and a couple of vapes. By the way, I did find the new vape that, you know, is better. If you're interested, everything's lab tested, and I know the guys that do the testing. So this is called #honey. Phenomenal. The trading fraternity, yeah, them too. I'll own those guys also. I mean, I was trolling them for a while, and again, even I got bored of listening to this guy talk. I mean, who sets up calendar vertical credit spreads 9 months down the road? Who cares? You're going to sit there for 9 months in a position to try to make 30 cents? What's the point? I don't even care if it works. Nobody's doing that. That's all I heard. And you know why they do that? Because who's going to wait 9 months to call out the guy? Hey, that trade you mentioned 9 months ago, it didn't work. No, Zach Hurwitz is a guru. He's a true guru. No negative about Zach Hurwitz. He's one of the true good guys. That guy rocks. He's the VWAP emperor. I am just Darth Vader. The guys that are serious on YouTube and the guys that are on the internet, Brian Shannon, Zach Hurwitz, and the Warlock. I know nothing about the Trader Warrior. I heard he's a decent guy. I know nothing about that guy. But I know one thing. I've sent emails to all these guys. I've reached out to all these guys. I said, come on, let's have a contest. Even for marketing possibilities, right? Let's fight it out on the internet. It'll be good for everybody. Nobody's interested in fighting with me because they know I'm going to own you. All of you. Once and for all. I do like the day trading Rockstar. I'm not too sure what he trades anymore, but all right. On that note, Talib, my friend, one of our new guys. He's been witnessing it on a daily basis. Thank you for showing up. One by one, I'll get you. Even Andrew's going to show up one day. Andrew, I'm still waiting for you. I know you're going to get in there, man. I know you're going to get in there. There's one guy I've given up on. I'm not even going to mention his name. And Deb, I know you're out there. I'm still welcoming you back. And, of course, Jimmy, anytime you want, come on in, Jimmy. Come on, Jimmy. I owe you what, 6 points? I will make you that 6 points back. Give me 3 weeks. I'll make you those 6 points back. Huh? On me. I'll give you those 6 points back. And a free T-shirt if I didn't send you one yet. All right? By the way, check out this hat I found. I've been digging through the drawers. And if you are coming in this next month, I'm such a generous fella. I've been hoarding stuff for about 5 years. I got to get rid of some stuff. I got some legit stuff. I got cameras, clothing. I got that Blu-ray player I'm dying to get rid of. But I did find the greatest hat. My original rave hat from 1992, this hat. If you read it, it looks like Ford, but it says fucked. You won't get this hat, but I was very happy that I found it. So, yeah, I got a whole bunch of stuff, man. And we're going to play some stock market trivia these next couple of weeks. Hanukkah, Christmas, Kwanzaa, whatever you want. Lots of cool stuff. And dog food, too. Yeah, I said it, dog food. My wife, we bought all this dog food from Chewy. And my dog and my wife are these elitist snobs. We now only do Farmer's Market, I think it's called, or Farmer's Dog. They send me like a cooler of frozen food with my dog's name on it. Oh! Each one of these packs costs like $4. I'm going broke feeding my dog right now. But I got all this other dog food that she won't give to the dog now. Like the dog is gonna freak out. Hey, what is this slop? It was fantastic 2 months ago from Chewy. So if you have a dog and you want some food, I'll send you some dog food too. I mean, I got a ton of shit. And I'd rather give it to you guys and have some fun, play some trivia games, and just give it away to charity. All right? Stay fucked, my friends. I'll see you guys in the AM. I'll try to come back on YouTube a little bit more. And yeah, he loves it. I mean, he really loves this food. I mean, it's it looks so good. I want to take a bite. It looks like, you know, it's just like, looks like tuna fish with cut up lettuce and carrots and celery and chickpeas in it. I mean, it doesn't even smell bad. But if I'm eating dog food, then, you know, maybe my trading's not going so well. And on that note, UVXY, new lows, end of the day. And that's my time. All right? Don't forget to tip your bartenders. And if you're driving, don't drink. And if you're drinking, don't drive. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa. I'll see you. And if I didn't say it before, Happy Thanksgiving. I know it's been a while. All right? Send the Minotaur an email. He'll get back to you. I'm expecting every single one of you to get in this room and see what it's all about. I'm telling you. It's been awesome. Awesome stuff. All right. I love you. See you.